Today, football legends get their hands on Madden NFL 12, and we'll preview Batman Arkham City.
Plus, we're going to check out the new survival mode in Modern Warfare 3 and review No More Heroes, Heroes Paradise. X-Play starts right now.
Fresh from a brief stint in rehab for hoarding, here's Adam Sessler and Morgan Webb.
I'm not a hoarder. I just have a lot of things.
Blair, what are you doing?
I found this sweet old-timey announcer stand. It smells weird, but remember when X-Play had an announcer and we had the set? You remember?
No.
I don't remember what I had for dinner.
You don't remember what you had for dinner!
So here's the deal. You guys just do the show like normal. I'm going to be hanging out here, and because I have a mic, I'm just going to talk whenever I want. That's going to happen.
This is going down fast.
Super.
Hello and welcome to X-Play,
It's X-Play!
most watched video game show. I'm Adam Sessler.
Adam Sessler!
And I'm Morgan Webb. We're coming to you. Nothing?
Morgan Webb!
Sweet. We're coming to you from the G4 Studios in Los Angeles.
Coming up on today's show,
Today's show!
Alex Simwaz has the latest on the biggest superhero game of the fall, Batman Arkham City.
Good for her!
Then we'll review Toy Soldiers Cold War, which might make you nostalgic for Rambo and Top Gun.
Plus, we've
Stallone
got a
has
preview.
muscles!
Got a preview of Dead Island, which lets you craft ridiculous weapons and kill zombies with friends. And later, Travis Touchdown comes to the PlayStation 3. We're going to review No More Heroes, Heroes Paradise.
But first, it's time to watch football players playing virtual football.
Oh, joy, gonna be fun. Athletes are cool.
Okay. That's basically what went on at the Madden NFL 12 Pigskin Pro-Am. NFL greats like Barry Sanders and Jerry Rice got some hands-on time with the upcoming game.
They're good at running.
Here's what they think.
G4, what's going on, baby? Prime time coming at you live. Much love.
Neon Deion Sanders was in full primetime mode as he was joined by fellow NFL Hall of Famers in New York's Bryant Park for the 2012 Madden Pro-Am Challenge.
It gets to be pretty competitive, so you're going to see guys socializing, having a great time right now, but when it's kickoff, then you're going to see that serious face.
And not only were the NFL greats lacing up their cleats one more time, they were also talking a little Madden football, the game that has revolutionized virtual sports.
Madden football, the graphics are just unbelievable. It's just like an actual football game.
And you want to play football, you can't play it, it's the closest thing you can get to it. From playing a little bit of it, I've seen the similarities. I play against some of these guys, and just kind of take a second look, like, whoa, it's that close.
Too bad for the pros, their success on the real gridiron hasn't always translated to their Madden playing careers.
I'm an avid player. I'm not a great player. I'm a father of 5, and my kids kick my butt, so I'm reluctant to play.
I think it's its own unique skill set in itself. I guess I should say it like this. I don't think it has seemed to help me much when I played.
Madden's developers are elated by the support from these NFL greats, but what they're most excited about are the advancements in the new 2012 edition.
Well, the big new gameplay innovation is a new collision system. A lot of people that have got their hands on the game are saying it feels responsive, it feels great. Things like 3-yard runs are rewarding again. And then the hits themselves feel really powerful. So there's no chain. You know, the momentum is carrying through the hits, so it feels authentic to the NFL.
It's been said that video games can help elevate hand-eye coordination. The same also might be said when it comes to boosting your sports IQ.
There's a whole generation of football fans and football players that grew up playing Madden, and I think more and more, as Madden's gone through the years, it's actually acted as a bit of an educational tool for kids as they come up, you know, through the ranks playing football as youngsters. So I do think it's made an impact on a lot of football players through the years.
I know, coaching several youth teams myself, it really educates the kids on the nuances of the game. Really, their slogan from years ago, if it's in the game, it's in the game, is so right on point.
So, if you're ready to get in the game, Madden NFL 12 hits stores tomorrow.
It has been far too long since I lurked in the shadows and toyed with brain-dead thugs. I'm going to be able to do it once again when Batman Arkham City hits stores this October.
That's the month of Halloween!
Yes, it is. That is true. Alex Simwise has the latest on this Caped Crusader sim.
Okay, so I'm here with Dax from Rocksteady Studios, all the way in London, which is where I'm from, to talk about Batman Arkham City. Now, you just showed us some of the challenge modes, so do you want to tell us a little bit more about that?
Absolutely. It was a big announcement that we've made here at Gamescom that, you know, in Batman Arkham City, there's not just an amazing central core narrative story, which is about 25 hours. We've got these side missions as well that takes the game up to about 40 plus hours, and on top of that, we've got challenge mode. So the challenge mode is something we established in Arkham Asylum, but we've really blown out for Arkham City. So this is something that players can use to really refine their skills in combat and in Predator stealth, and it adds a whole new dimension to the game as well.
It's been a pleasure.
Now, the first game, Arkham Asylum, was pretty critically acclaimed, so was it a tough act to follow?
Yeah, it was. I mean, we established, I think, a lot of really innovative, original systems within Arkham Asylum. But we put that pressure on ourselves to really beat that in Arkham City. You know, we didn't want to just make an Arkham Asylum 1.5, we wanted to make a genuinely new game in every way that really gave players the opportunity to feel like Batman with this amazing sense of freedom of navigation as well. And that's what Arkham City really offers.
Do you think this is another game that will last a long time?
I genuinely do. You know, the amount of focus that we put into little cameos, little unexpected things. There's a lot to explore and a lot to find in Arkham City. The Riddler challenges alone. In the first game, Riddler laid all of these trophies around Arkham Asylum. He kind of worked out that strategy didn't really work for him, so he stepped up his game in Arkham City. He's laid down 436 trophies for you to identify and you to unlock.
And you also announced that you've got some other enemies, including Mr. Freeze.
You will die.
We've got a ridiculous number of enemies and super criminals within Arkham City. We're adding Mr. Freeze in there as well. And he's a really interesting character because he's very traumatic. You know, he's a very emotional, sympathetic kind of guy. He's a super intelligent scientist, but all he wants to do is cure his wife.
Okay, so that all sounds really cool. When can we expect to see the game?
We're talking Batman Arkham City coming out this October 18th in the US on PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, and PC, all of them in 3D.
It's by myself. I don't need this. Hey, since G4 has clearly dominated the TV landscape, we're broadening our horizons to movies. G4 Films is developing, producing, and licensing flicks about a subject near and dear to all of our hearts, video games. Here's the trailer for the latest film, Against the Wall.
4. Do you wish to continue?
Hey, guess what I found back here? A crack pipe and a suicide note. Haha. And filthy hobo blood. Coming up on X-Play, we're going to take a look at the Spec Ops Survival mode coming to Modern Warfare 3, plus preview the spectacularly gory Dead Island. Then we've got reviews of Toy Soldiers Cold War, and no more Heroes, Heroes Paradise. Heroes. We'll be right back.
If you want to hear what I really think about games, and really, who doesn't? Check out Cessna's Soapbox. New episodes go up every Tuesday at g4tv.com/soapbox. No, you do.
Thanks for the tweets. Let's send it over to the woman that rolls her eyes when I speak.
That doesn't even deserve an eye roll. Modern Warfare 3 comes with all the content you'd expect from a Call of Duty game, but with one twist.
Twist and shout! I love that song.
The all-new Spec Ops Survival mode brings Horde-like gameplay to the series, and we have all the details straight from Infinity Ward's Robert Bowling.
We've been looking forward to Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 for a long time, but we want to know more. We need to know more.
Hey, I'm Robert Bowling, creative strategist at Infinity Ward, and we're here showing off our new game, Modern Warfare 3. The biggest new thing that we're showing off in Modern Warfare 3 is the Spec Ops survival mode in general, but here specifically, we're showing off brand new modes, new features that we've added to the survival mode. And survival mode in general is, a new co-op mode that brings a lot of those really cool multiplayer features like matchmaking, progressive ranking, customizing your weapon, kill streaks, all those things that were typically reserved for that competitive multiplayer experience into the co-op environment.
In addition to the survival mode, we also got a peek at the new Paris map.
Paris map has a lot of really interesting paths, but what's most important is focus on the loadout that you're doing. When you get enough money and you unlock the air support armory, get over there, start buying perks, because perks are now in Spec Ops survival mode. So what I love to do is go with extreme conditioning, because that allows me, when stuff gets really crazy and there's a lot of guys coming at you, you can use that extreme conditioning, sprint longer, get over anytime you need to refill ammo, get more gear, get more explosives, because that valuable time that you're saving in the sprint is going to be essential when your buddy goes down and you need to revive them.
Modern Warfare 3 will pick up right after Modern Warfare 2 left off, with war all up and down the eastern seaboard of these United States.
And Delta Force is trying to push the Russian invasions out of the streets of Manhattan and in the harbor. And then the war's going to escalate across the whole of Europe. And that's what's so exciting, is because we're going into these major cities, these very iconic locations, and then bringing those huge set-piece moments that you expect into them, which just makes it awesome.
There are two major forces at play in the game, and the conflict is different with both of them.
You have your Delta Force operators who are relying on getting the Russians out of America, but then you also have British SAS that are in Europe fighting a very different fight. The units you're fighting with, the local military in each of these countries is very different. And that's what I love, is because we're showing you a variety of conflict, a variety of gameplay in each of these locations. The game comes out November 8th, 2011 on Xbox 360, PS3, PC, and even the Wii, and we're so excited to jump online and play with you guys.
And we're just as excited to play it as you are. The first toy soldiers had you battling it out on a World War I diorama. Logic would dictate that a sequel would focus on World War II, maybe Vietnam. No, Cold War drops you into an 80s toy box, which is full of modern military equipment, but plenty of hate for the damn USSR. Here's our review. Toy Soldiers Cold War takes the epic 20th century conflict between godless communist oppressors and freedom-loving capitalists and turns it into an adorable playroom battle set amongst nesting dolls and battery-powered army vehicles. At its heart, this is a tower defense game. You set up your emplacements and try to prevent enemy troops and vehicles from bypassing your defenses and entering your toy box headquarters. The twist is that you can jump into the turrets and select vehicles to control them directly, at which point Toy Soldiers becomes an action game. You can mow down pinkos with withering machine gun fire, powerful sniper cannons, mortar strikes, and several other types of projectile tossing hardware. For a more mobile approach, you have battery-powered tanks, planes, and helicopters that are super useful, but, like all battery-powered toys, they explode when their juice runs out. The mix of strategy and action is almost perfectly balanced, and the game particularly shines in versus mode. The camera can be finicky though, and has an annoying tendency of zooming in when you just want to tilt horizontally and get a better look at the battlefield. That's not enough to get Toy Soldiers Cold War blacklisted though. 4 Rambo lookalikes.
Don't tread on me!
Out of 5.
Zombie games are always set in depressing places.
Adam! I found a gun.
Desolate cities, shopping malls, industrial areas, really, you just want to be eaten at that point. At least Dead Island gives you, put that down, gives you something to live for. The co-op zombie game takes place in a resort paradise, and here's a preview. Don't play with that.
No, if you do this.
I love the smell of napalm in the morning.
Wouldn't it suck if you went on a tropical resort outing only to be ambushed by waves of undead zombies who want to feast on your brains, much in the same way you suck down pina coladas?
You going out there? Are you nuts?
That's the premise for Dead Island, a zombie survival horror game that's making its way to your PCs, Xbox 360s, and PS3s this fall.
Oh, Jesus! What the hell's wrong with you?
Now, obviously, it's impossible to avoid comparisons with similar products on the market, but from what we've seen so far, Dead Island has a feeling all its own. They didn't deluge us with mindless cannon fodder. In fact, at several points, the game shows restraint by refusing to throw thousands of zombie swarms your way. Where you hit the zombies also makes a difference. A slash to the throat gets a different outcome than a jab in the leg. So far, the level of animation in Dead Island is greatly impressive. And the resort is a wide-open work of beauty. It feels like you're truly exploring the island instead of simply barreling through a predetermined course. Obviously, it's too early to make any kind of call about Dead Island, but we can reveal that co-op play was a ton of fun. The weapons that you have decay over time, and you'll need to head to workbenches to repair them.
You want to come with me? I'm gathering any supplies I can find at the water sports rental kiosk.
You'll also find blueprints for exciting new weapons you can build, just like Skipper and Gilligan used to do.
On three. 1, 2, 3.
Throughout the course of the game, the weather gets worse. So when you begin your adventure, everything looks bright and sunny, but a massive storm is just over the horizon. Since they're zombies, the developers were free to dismember them as creatively as the rating system allows. Yep, there's some blood all right. When it comes to the great fast zombie versus slow zombie debate, Dead Island has it both ways. Early on, you'll encounter the George Romero type ones, and later levels include speedy zombies that keep you on your toes. The developers promise side missions in the game that will add to the open world vibe. We can't wait to play.
You won't have to wait long because Dead Island hit stores on September 6th.
That's a day after September 5th, Morgan.
Really? You are full of fascinating information. After the break, a remake of a Wii game. Yes, that actually happened. We've got a brutally honest review of No More Heroes, Heroes Paradise. We'll be right back. Shut it.
Rated M for mature.
All was quiet, and then everything went crazy. They're coming!
You're welcome.
I'll be coming for you.
Enjoy this power while you have it.
You're getting reckless.
Here's the man that's often been called arcade jailbait for his pocket full of change and his sweet, sweet ass, Adam Sessler!
Thank you, Bayou Blister. No More Heroes is a wild, over-the-top referential game that never found a huge audience. Maybe that's because it was only on the Wii.
That's that console where you move your hands.
No More Heroes, Heroes Paradise is a spiffed-up remake for the PlayStation 3.
No, you're good. You're good.
Here's a review.
Shall we?
You know what we hate?
Are you asking out of tactical curiosity? Or are you just with me?
Bad games.
I'm glad you and I are on the same page here.
But you know what's even worse? Games that were once good and then were sullied by lame sequels or remakes.
This is no paradise.
That's exactly the case with No More Heroes, Heroes Paradise for the PS3.
Let the bloodshed begin.
When the first game in the franchise came out for the Wii back in 2008, we praised it for its bonkers style and crazy combat. 3 years later, we're getting an enhanced port that just doesn't live up to the original.
What do you say, bro?
First off, the addition of cutting-edge graphics wasn't done that well. The game just looks clunky, considering the vast potential of the PS3.
Okay, I gotcha.
The handling hasn't been improved either. Controlling your bike is still surprisingly twitchy, and the addition of move support does not help. You can use the motion-sensitive controller to steer and slice at bad guys, but it's frustratingly inaccurate. It's certainly not like they didn't have time to finesse these aspects. What a disappointment.
Go ahead!
Plus, the frame rate sometimes drops so low it feels like you're watching a slideshow.
I know a lot of gamers out there don't have much patience.
Some aspects of the HD upgrade are better than others, and Heroes Paradise features the same colorful writing.
You set me up, bitch.
Quit your bitching and get with the program.
The nostalgia factor may let this one coast for a bit, but after a while, you'll be craving a more satisfying dish.
Congratulations. You are certified as the 11th best Hitman.
No More Heroes, Heroes Paradise gets a 3.
You're joking, right?
Out of 5.
I just want to be number 1.
Tomorrow on X-Play, we've got a brutally honest review of Deus Ex Human Revolution, plus previews of Suda51's Lollipop Chainsaw and EA's Battlefield 3. Don't miss it.
And now, we're gonna go burn that announcer stand.
Hey, you guys, could you hear me? This doesn't even have a plug on it. This is...
Your voice has a way of carrying.
It does. Thanks for watching X-Play.
Into my cerebral cortex!